Hello there! This video contains tips for travelling with a dog in a car. We'll discuss how to keep your dog safe on the road, how to minimise any risk to yourself, how to protect your car, and a trick you can do with some car alarms that makes life a lot easier. All we need now is a dog, and I know just the fella. He's over there. This is my dog. His name's Tripod and he's 8 years old. He's also high energy and excitable, yet he can still travel in my car for many hours and typically be calm, quiet and happy. Most of the time I barely know he's there. Anyway, let's get to the tips. Tip 1. Restraint. It's important to restrain a dog in the car to minimise the risk of injury. Imagine, for example, that your dog is loose on the back seat. If you brake hard or crash, the dog might therefore slide forward at high speed and, in a worst case scenario, land in the front of the car. That could hurt you and your dog. Furthermore, if your dog is loose in the car, it might bounce around and distract you. That, of course, increases the chance of collision. So, how can you restrain a dog in a car? There are many options, but let's start with this harness I use for Tripod. I like it because it wraps fully around his chest, where he's strong and powerful, and it clips into the car's seatbelt buckle via that piece there. Come on, I'll show you. Tripod. Ready? On your ears. Leg. Heel. Other leg. That's it. Okay. How's that? Comfortable? You might instead use something like this. It too clips into the car's seatbelt buckle, but the other end connects to the dog's collar, something like that. I therefore don't like it as much as the harness. Why? Because if I brake hard and the dog slides forward in the car, he's going to be restrained by his neck, like that, rather than his chest, and I think the former is more likely to hurt him. Naturally, there are alternatives to these seatbelt buckle restraints. For example, you can get a dog crate, which is also known as a dog cage, for the boot of your car. Some crates are strong and crash tested, so they protect the dog if there's a collision. There are also dog guards that sit in the car like this. Some are made of metal, whereas others are fabric. However you choose to restrain your dog in a car, I suggest there's a happy medium. I give Tripod enough movement on his harness to be comfortable, relaxed and happy, but not so much that he's a hazard. Tip 2. Prepare your dog for the trip. Let's once again use Tripod as the example. Tripod, like many dogs, is a coiled spring of energy and he's excited to get in the car. He thinks he's going somewhere fun. But I don't want an excitable, bouncy dog jumping around on the back seat. I want a nice, calm dog. So, my technique is to burn off his initial energy before he gets anywhere near my car. Also, a dog isn't likely to settle nicely in a car if he or she is uncomfortable. Tripod is therefore always sent to the toilet before I set off. Tip 3. Protect your car. A dog can make your nice, shiny, expensive car very dirty very quickly. But there's no need. It's easy to protect your seat and indeed the boot. This seat cover is my favourite option. Unlike many, it simultaneously protects the rear seats, the back of the front seat and the inside of the doors. Here's the cover inside my car. you can get to the seatbelt buckles via slots like this one. You can also purchase a robust plastic waterproof boot liner like this one that's tailored to fit your particular car. It just slides in. There we go. Perfect. You might instead prefer a fabric boot liner, some of which have a flap that folds out to protect the bumper as the dog jumps in and out the car. Tip 4. Supplies. Naturally, you'll need supplies for a dog that's travelling in the car. As a bare minimum, that's water and a container to drink from. Speaking of containers, this bowl is good. See that? It's collapsible, so it doesn't take up too much space in the boot, yet that is perfectly suitable for the dog to drink from. I like that. You might also pack a first aid kit that's suitable for dogs, any specific food and or medicine that your particular dog requires, a spare lead in case the main one breaks, toys of some kind, and, of course, a plentiful supply of plastic bags. Nice. Tip 5. Car alarm. During a trip, you might have to leave your dog alone in the car as you buy petrol, pop to the shops or whatever. You'll therefore want to lock your car, but locking the car might simultaneously arm the alarm. If, therefore, your dog moves about in the car, the alarm might go off. But there is a potential solution. You might be able to lock your car and arm the alarm, but deactivate the internal alarm sensors only. The alarm will therefore go off if a criminal tries to break into your car, but the dog bouncing around inside won't trigger it. Whether and how this is possible in your particular case depends on what type of car you've got. Best check the manual. Naturally, there are many other tips for travelling with a dog in a car. Stop frequently so your pet can stretch its legs, for example. Make sure he or she has plenty of fresh air, isn't too hot, and drive sensibly so you don't scare the poor animal. And I suspect you have other ideas too. If so, why not share them in the comment section of this video and help out your fellow dog lovers. And that's it. That's tips for travelling with a dog in a car. Now, I've got plenty more interesting content coming up on this channel, so don't forget to subscribe now so you don't miss out. Oh, and could you also please do me a favour and click like on this video. I think that's about it for now. Tripod! Stop doing that, it's disgusting. Ugh.